I was supposed to be walking down the aisle in Vera Wang, 9 months pregnant with his son by now. Instead, 48 hours before the wedding, I found the texts. Not some drunk mistake. 2 fucking years of Thursdays at the Fairfield Inn off I-95, raw, filmed, saved in a hidden folder labeled Taxes 2023. His name is Ethan Caldwell. Mine is Maya Desai Caldwell. Almost. And for the last 18 months, I have made it my full-time job to burn his world down so slowly he still thanks me for the matches. The day I became a ghost, October 2023, Rittenhouse Square, Philadelphia. I find the folder at 2:17 a.m. while looking for the Venmo QR code for the florist. Ethan's asleep next to me, one arm flung over my hip like he owns it. He does own half of it legally, in 48 hours when we say I do at the Curtis Center. I'm not trying to snoop. I'm literally trying to pay for peonies. But his phone lights up with a text banner. "Lauren, you better delete these before she sees, babe." There are 4,837 photos. Videos too. 2 years worth. The earliest one is dated 3 weeks after he put the 2.5 carat oval on my finger. I don't scream. I don't throw the phone at his head like the old Maya would have. I plug his phone into my MacBook, airdrop the whole folder to myself, then triple delete it from his iCloud, like the good little art director I am. Then I walk to the bathroom, lock the door, and puke so quietly I don't even wake him. By sunrise, I've moved every single thing that ever made this condo feel like home. The Lake Rousset in sage green he said was too girly, mine. The framed Arte prints I found in Paris, mine. The 75-inch OLED he insisted on, I unscrew it from the wall, wrap it in the duvet we fucked on last night, and have 2 TaskRabbits haul it to my cousin's garage in South Philly. I leave the walls bare, the fridge echoing. One single post-it on the Sub-Zero. "Enjoy the bachelor life, babe." -M. The family that prays together. His parents call crying. His mom, Caroline Caldwell, of the Greenwich Caldwells, DAR member, still uses colored girl in private, but learned to say our Maya in public once he told them it was me or nothing. They beg. They offer to pay for therapy, for a new ring, for a destination vow renewal in Napa. I let every call go to voicemail. Then I save the voicemails. Everything is evidence now.
First rule of revenge, never let them see you bleed in public. I keep the ring on for 3 whole months. I post thirst traps on IG with captions like, "Grateful for new beginnings," while I'm actually at Donnie's salon getting box braids and crying into the sink. I let mutual friends think we're working on things. Meanwhile, I'm draining our joint savings into a Fidelity account only I can access. Prenup was his idea. Turns out it only protected his trust fund, not the money I made at the agency. Cute. December 2023. I match with Lauren's husband, Brad Becker, on a Hinge. Not catfishing, full face, real name, bio says, freshly unengaged and ready to ruin someone's life. He super likes me in 0.2 seconds. We meet at Liberty Point. He's wearing a Patriots jersey and the saddest hard-on I've ever seen. I let him buy me 3 Casamigos Reposados. Then I open my phone, AirPlay the sex folder to the TV over the bar, and watch his soul leave his body. He pukes in the ice bucket. I pat his back and whisper, "Merry fucking Christmas, Brad." January 2024. Ethan gets promoted to managing director. Company-wide email, champagne toast in the Melbourne office. I send Lauren an anonymous Glossier box with a Polaroid of Brad crying and the words, "Ask your husband about South Street," written in red lipstick. She stops showing up to work for 2 weeks. HR thinks it's postpartum. Her youngest is 9. Ethan starts spiraling, texts me at 3 a.m. drunk. "I fucked up, I know, but this is career sabotage, Maya, please." I screenshot, send to my lawyer, Go back to sleep. Chapter 6, Egg Money. I freeze 26 eggs at RMA and Manhattan. Cost $38,000. Paid in full from the joint account before I closed it. The clinic mails the receipt to his condo. He texts a single broken heart emoji. I reply with a photo of the embryoscope pic, 26 perfect blasts. Caption: these are the only babies you'll ever get from me. March 2024. Ethan's bachelor party got rescheduled, obviously. 10 of his old Dartmouth Row brothers fly to South Beach. I hired 2 girls from Miami Companions who look exactly like me and Lauren. Tan, brown, long black hair. They spend 4 days flirting, doing lines, recording everything on hidden GoPros in the Airbnb. One of them fucks Ethan on camera while calling him daddy in my exact South Philly accent. I sell the tape to Brad for $50K. Brad puts it on a private Vimeo link and emails it to every partner at Vanguard with the subject line, character and fitness concern. Ethan loses the promotion. Quietly moved to the back office in Conshohocken. Salary cut 40%. He starts therapy. Good for him. June 2024. I let him think I'm softening. We meet at park. I cry real tears. Allergies plus acting classes. Tell him I miss his mom's clam chowder. He eats it up. We start dating again. I move some clothes back into the condo, but I still pay rent on my secret loft in Fishtown. I fuck him exactly twice. Both times I wear the engagement ring on my middle finger and make him call me Mrs. Caldwell while I ride him. He thinks it's kinky. It's practice for the kill shot. October 2024, exactly 1 year after the almost wedding. I send save the dates to all 180 original guests. Venue, the same ballroom at the Logan. Dress, custom Galia Lahav I never canceled. I show up alone in the dress, veil and all, holding a bouquet of dead black roses. Ethan's waiting at the altar looking like a J. Crew model who swallowed bleach. His whole family is there. Lauren is not. Brad filed, took the kids. She's in rehab in Arizona. I walk the aisle to You Should See Me in a Crown, slowed plus reverb. When I reach him, I hand him the bouquet and say, loud enough for the string quartet to hear, I rebooked this room so you could watch me say no in person. Consider it closure. Then I drop the mic. Literally, there's a wireless mic in the bouquet. And walk out while Billie Eilish blasts. The video gets 4.8 million views on TikTok in 48 hours. Hashtag Caldwell Curse trends in Philly for a week. January 2025. Ethan's spiraling hard, drinking at Dirty Frank's every night, Venmoing bartenders $200 tips with notes like, tell Maya I'm sorry. His mom has a stroke, stress, the doctors say. He texts me from the ICU. If you ever loved me, come say goodbye to her. I show up in head-to-toe black Chanel. Carolyn is unconscious, tubes everywhere. I lean over her bed and whisper, so only the heart monitor hears, this is for every time you called me exotic behind my back. Then I kiss her forehead, leave a black rose on the pillow, and walk out. She dies 2 days later. Ethan doesn't speak at the funeral. He just stares at the casket like maybe if he blinks, I'll be inside it instead. The life he never gets to touch. November 2025, present day. I'm 36 now, living in a converted warehouse in Fishtown with floor-to-ceiling windows and a rescue pit bull named Karma. My eggs are thawed. I'm 10 weeks pregnant via donor sperm. Brown, 6'4", Penn Med, plays saxophone. Ethan hates jazz. I got promoted to creative director. Made at age 40 under 40. Ethan lives in a 450 square foot studio in Manayunk, drives for Uber Black on weekends, and still wears the wedding band he never got to give me, on his right hand now, because his left ring finger got caught in a car door accident last spring. Weird. Sometimes, late at night, he drunk texts from a new number. I would have been a good dad.
I type back one single word before I block him again. Doubt. And then I rub my belly, turn off the phone, and sleep like a fucking baby. Because revenge doesn't always look like fire. Sometimes it looks like peace. Sometimes it looks like a little girl with my eyes and none of his blood. Sometimes it just looks like me, walking away in 6-inch heels while the whole world finally sees him for the small, small man he always was. The end. So yeah, that was the story of how I burned 18 months of my life to the ground just so he could warm his hands on the ashes for the rest of his. If you felt that in your chest, do me a solid, smash that like button like it owes you money. Subscribe and hit the bell because next week we're spilling tea that's going to need a whole new pot. Drop a comment and tell me, would you have forgiven him or finished the job harder? I read every single one, no cap. And if you're new here, welcome to the revenge side of YouTube. We don't cry, we collect.